Go ahead, Rich.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the second time tonight, this is Tug It with Keith and Rich.
Good.
Coming to you from the Penthouse Cigar Lounge, high above Bojack's Tobacco Shack in sizzling downtown Newport. 99 degrees today, 98 in some places, but it was a very warmish day. BK, as always, is behind the board and the cameras. Let's hope we can get past 10 minutes this time. And Andrew, as always, is on the Google chair. Thankfully, we can start over.
Hey, Rich, what did you do on 4th of July?
4th of July.
Well, at least now you don't sound like a rambling idiot.
No, I don't.
What? 4th? When
4th
was the
of July?
4th?
When was the 4th? 4th of July was a day we just kind of spent in the heat for a little bit, down to a little community event in Lupfers Grove, which is heading towards Sealands Grove, or Shermansdale. And it was a very warm day.
I don't know what he said. He doesn't know what he said.
Yes, I did. It was a very warm day. We wanted to get down there and take in some of the local pork, one of the local restaurants. It's a beer and barbecue place. We stopped there first to have a beer and a drink, just to talk to some people, and went over to Lupfers Grove, and it was just a warm day. And we didn't stay there very long. It's a couple decent bands. They didn't sound all that bad.
And then you went to Harrisburg.
Then we went to Mechanicsburg.
Oh, and you looked at wood.
And we looked at my wood. No, we looked at wood for flooring.
Okay. And then you went to Harrisburg.
Then we went to Harrisburg to eat at Dockside.
And then you shot at people and ruined the fireworks.
Then we shot at people and ruined the fireworks, right?
Okay. Now that we're caught up in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There went 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about, let's at least...
I want to hear about the event as you docked on your island. You don't want to talk about that?
No. I'm going to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it right this minute?
Not this minute.
All right.
Let's talk about the international listeners. Let's hit that quick.
2 more international listeners we have, and as I said previously, one of them showed up a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't mention it last week, but we have our first Sandy listener in Cairo, Egypt. So now we can't talk badly about people from sandy countries, can we? We
never did. It was Steve.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Any racial slurs were not made by Tug It.
No, they were made by an uninvited guest.
You got a cease and desist order.
Yeah, and the other international listener who we got this past week was one of Andrew's countrymen from someplace in India, in Western India. And it's a little place, I've never heard of it before, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce its name.
I think you said it right.
Let me see.
I'm not going to try.
Agartala, Tripura.
That sounds exactly right.
Just say it. Say it with more anger.
Agartala.
Congratulations, bro. Or her.
Yeah, we want to know who it is that listened to us from Cairo and India.
Yeah, and if you have hairy nipples or hairless nipples.
We want them both.
We're trying to free the titty here.
Yeah.
Someone's got to start it.
Free the titty. So, tugitpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know how you found us and why you found us.
Or anybody.
Or was it a mistake?
Oh, it was definitely an accident. It just came up. Nothing better to do. So what about the Indians there, Indian pro?
So, yeah, we were talking about that. Hairless and hairy Indians.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got some hairless Indians, depending on their wealth and where they live.
So I don't know that you answered my question. Are the hairy Indians the one who have money or don't have money?
Yeah, because some got to be like rugs on
They
their
got to be
chest.
like rugs with chains and gold. And
yeah,
I think that's a show of manhood. Wouldn't you think?
When it comes
dominance.
Yeah, like that one, like I wouldn't trust them with my daughter.
What could wealth have to do with it, though?
Because over there,
where are you guys going with this?
I
don't know.
This richer,
if they can afford razors or not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if they're able to get the commodities everybody else is able to get. Because they don't have the
money. Well, usually
amenities.
they'll probably be a fatter Indian, and they seem to be more hairy.
I think they're all hairy over there, maybe.
Just because of the sun.
Men-wise, women-wise,
You gotta
I'm not
cover
sure.
up.
Yeah.
It's natural sunscreen.
SPD 60 hair loaf. You know, they probably got bugs in their chest hair because they don't bathe so much over there. I don't know. How were the showers over there, Andrew? Did you shower while you were there?
Yeah, I was in a hell of a hotel, 5-star fucking hotel.
So they had good running water.
Well, yeah, my cousin and all them went through that hotel. Actually, the one they were going to, you know that whole bathroom in the floor shit.
Yeah, just a hole in the.
They're outdating that at the time.
Oh yeah.
My cousin got there and he's like, "Oh, nah, we're good." So he moved on to another one, which I guess this hotel that we stayed in is where all the foreigners come.
Oh, so some still had the hole in the ground.
Yeah, they're outdating it at the time.
They're putting in toilets.
Yeah, they're moving on from that.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that
Sounds like a 5-star hotel.
one though.
Go from a hotel to a porta potty.
Has porcelain shitters.
When we went to the place that they actually got married at, we had to stay there for like 2 days. In the shower, there's a fucking bucket with a fucking scoop. That's where you put the water in and you fucking bathe from
rinse,
that.
yeah.
Ew.
Because some
To
people
get wet
still
and
did
rinse.
that at the time. And my uncle thought there was piss or something in it. He's like, it looks a little yellow.
Ew.
Yeah, you never know who's pissing in the
this
shower.
place, you could tell you're in there for 2 days, hopefully, because other than that, you don't want to fucking be there. It's nice and all, but it don't got the amenities that the hotel does.
Toilet paper?
Yeah, hell, I think so. I'm not too sure, actually.
They use 3 shells.
The thing that got me, though, is I stayed in that hotel for a fucking week, and on the last day, I come to figure out they have Amazon Fire downstairs at the
Fire
fucking
stick.
thing. Yeah.
Fire stick.
I was watching their fucking shit, which ain't too bad, but
Was it in English?
no, it was in their language. They were racing cattle and shit through the mud.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mud wrestling.
Cattle racing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because their cattle were over there.
Did they have their shirts off?
No.
We
Are they
still-
kind of like Mexicans? Like, did it look like a Mexican rodeo?
Well, the ones that are racing the cattle had them off, but the other ones.
There's a cowboy in every country.
I think so.
Yeah, no matter where you go.
You got to find boots in a 10-gallon hat.
Yeah. There's always a cowboy. Like,
We're watching too many movies.
yeah. There's a lot of cowboys that are Mexican. A lot of Mexican cowboys. They're really into
Well, they were
that.
pretty nice people, though. Everyone.
Well, you stayed on a fucking 5-star resort. Of course they were nice to you.
Well, no, like when I went out to that street where they have all the stores and shit at, like, I mean, it's a fucking packed full of people. It's elbow to elbow.
Did no girls like approach you to talk to you?
No, they all just stare at you and shit because you're American.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like the ones like when we were going to leave, they're like, oh, let's take a picture with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're American and shit.
Yeah.
So we're
Something
like,
they can put up on their wall.
Yeah.
Like when we walked through the airport the first time, all those fucking maintenance people were just fucking staring at us.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, why would you come here? It's miserable.
It probably is on the outside some. But no, like,
They think you're rich. Well, you are
Yeah.
rich. You are rich. I mean,
and we were treated like royalty over there.
yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like, it's different when you have wealth and where you stay at than actually seeing the legit things that people stay in.
I can't believe you didn't buy a wife while you were there.
Yeah, I probably could have, though.
Yeah.
But nobody over there, though, drinks from the faucet. I was surprised.
Do you blame them?
Her mother had a damn water system in her house.
Yeah.
It's because you'll get diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, there you go. So, where was the other listener from? We had
Egypt.
Cairo and in
and
Agatupura.
Cairo, Egypt.
Cairo, Egypt, and Western India. Yeah.
I hear Egypt's not too good to
No, you
travel
don't want to
to.
go there. They rip you off, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my buddy got shysted by the Egyptian police while he was there. Yeah.
They just want your money.
Well, his wife got knocked off of a camel and like hurt herself. She was like in a wheelchair, and they had to get her back over the country to the other side. I don't know what's next door neighbor.
Gaza?
I forget. But the Egyptian police like made them pay money to get them there.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
You could bribe anybody over there, apparently.
yeah. And then they
Sure.
wanted the wheelchair back, and he's like, she can't walk. Like, her wheelchair.
$1,000.
You walk. Wheelchair. You give it to us.
$1,000.
That's why I didn't take her out of the wheelchair and throw her on the ground.
Yeah. Your woman broken. We get you new. We get new. We have many women here.
Yeah.
They walk. They walk with feet.
Yeah, look at their ankles.
Yeah.
Anything else is off limits.
Yeah. You look at eyeballs and ankles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's not.
You get 13 wives over here.
Hmm.
That's what it,
Well, let's see here. Go ahead. Something else, Rich. I'm going to crack a beer and
Okay.
parch my throat before I tell my story. In case I yell.
Let me just look at what I got here. Some of this is related to international to news, and some of it goes back to one of our favorite topics, and that's airplane stories. In the last couple of weeks, it was found that not only Boeing but Airbus was using fake titanium for fuselages and wings. And
wow.
the reason that they found this is because they found some samples with rust on their titanium.
They bought that titanium from China.
Yeah,
I bet
bet ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought they were getting grade A.
So both of the two major airplane makers are now in deep tapioca for buying this.
I've had things that were stainless steel that would rust too. And they're always Chinese metals,
Yeah.
Chinese stainless steel. They're fucking liars. They'll sell us anything.
They are.
Yeah.
But I guess titanium does not rust.
No.
True titanium.
No. But titanium's
because
a fortune.
they make joints out of titanium.
I got titanium in my face.
Yes, you
all
do.
over the place. Yeah. I hope I'm not rusting
No
up.
wonder
I hope
you
it
get
wasn't
a tan.
Chinese.
You get a ruddy complexion now.
Yeah. Sometimes whenever I talk, I squeak. To screw in a joint
That's
and
why
oil
he
it.
carries around WD-40 to spray in his eyeball.
Tin Man.
I'm the Tin Man. Well, wait. So we didn't cover the fireworks though at all yet.
Yeah, let's recover that.
Dad, is it still rolling?
It's rolling.
All right.
Okay.
12 minutes now.
So the fireworks. We went out to an island up above the city island where they shoot off the fireworks. We went up there with my boat. We met my buddy Dan, which was there 4 hours before us. We set up 3 tents. He has all his kids. I have my kids. And we watched the fireworks. Fireworks went about 10 minutes. Then they stopped. And everyone's like, was that the grand finale? I was like, no, their grand finale is insane. I don't know what's going on, but... And then I was like, oh, there's a helicopter. And there's a hospital right there where they land on the roof. So I assumed this helicopter took off from there and it cut right over top of the tip of the island where they shoot the fireworks off and went right over our head and went over to the next town. And I said, they probably called them off and said, hey, we got to take off, hold the fireworks so we can go. It's a medical helicopter, Lifeline. And then 5 minutes went, helicopter's gone. 10 minutes went, 15 minutes went. I was like, I don't think they're going to fucking start. I don't know. I was like, maybe they have some stupid protocol. They got to wait 15 minutes before they can go down there and reset the charges or something. Fireworks never came back on.
Yeah. It was a police event, apparently, with some people with guns and BB guns, and heard all kinds of news stories the following day about a juvenile with a modified Glock and somebody else with a gun he threw into the river, and I don't know. And then the mayor of Harrisburg getting knocked over, and it was just a mess. But
it's fucking Harrisburg.
As we talked about, you would think they would have had enough police presence to control that and let everything go as planned.
Yeah, they totally ruined everyone's fucking night. And if it was an emergency, like people were in danger, and that's what I guess they say, that's why it has to end, everyone stuck around for an hour at least. It's gridlock. You can't go anywhere after this fucking fireworks.
That's right.
So if someone was shooting, they would have had a heyday. I mean, unless it's a Glock, right, Andrew? Because...
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure if that whole drum magazines and all that shit, it would jam. That's just being automatic.
It wasn't
I don't think they
automatic.
fucking
I can't imagine a Glock being automatic.
They make them.
Yeah, you
I
can,
mean, you can make them, yeah.
you can
but-
modify it, but
Yeah, but this wasn't modified. They're fucking full of shit.
I don't know.
I heard it was a BB gun.
Well,
That's
I
what I
did hear
heard.
something about a BB gun,
Yeah.
but I also heard other weapons as well. And
But
I
not
guess
one shot was fired.
Not one shot was fired.
Nothing happened. They could have started them fucking fireworks back up and made everyone's night.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone went way out of their way and had a miserable time getting there early, all that bullshit for 10 minutes of fireworks.
95 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Harrisburg. Very hot. Fuck them pussies.
Yeah, well.
Stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, I know. It was stupid.
You could have had the rest of the show. There's no goddamn reason why not to start
Did
the
they
fireworks.
have PAs?
Why even stop it?
Did they have PAs there along the riverfront to announce anything?
No.
Okay.
No, there was no announcements. And you know what? Like, that would be the better thing. If you're chasing someone, let the fireworks go.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is going to stand there, look up at the fireworks. There he is. He's running through everyone that's standing with their head up in the air.
Yeah.
That's the guy we're looking for. Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be easier to catch him?
Sure, in a crowd.
Yeah. Instead, they stop him, and then everyone starts fucking wandering around.
Moving.
Yeah.
Now you don't know who
Now
you're
he
chasing.
blends right in. I mean, well,
Never mind. Yeah.
okay.
Easy.
Easy.
Guess he doesn't blend right in,
Yeah.
but they didn't tell me that. They just said they were looking for 3 people, but they didn't give me any description of the 3 people that they were looking for. So why even tell us that you're looking for them?
Yeah, they arrested
We
2
can't
that
help you.
night, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a mess.
nothing fucking happened.
It was a mess.
Absolutely nothing happened, except they canceled our fireworks.
Canceled and ruined what, 10,000 people or more?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people. Both sides of the river.
Yeah.
Cars were parked on the road. Everyone was just parked.
Can you imagine all those people who camped out at Dockside Willie's and
Yeah.
Duke's and Tequila Willie's,
Yeah.
holding down a bar
Yeah,
stool?
they had $300 in alcohol tab.
yeah.
Yeah, to get these good seats.
Yeah.
Let them try to find a fucking parking spot somewhere.
Do you know?
Oh my God.
Do you know, when we were over at Docksides, we were there Thursday night early. We left, we probably got there around 5-ish, 4:30, 5-ish. Probably left a little after 6. We were talking to the bartenders at the bar down at the beach, and they said, this is the worst night of our year.
I bet.
Yeah, because people just go there and camp out.
Oh yeah.
And there may be people taking chairs and tables for 5-6 hours.
They should make them like get a pitcher like every 20 minutes.
That's what I told the lady.
Yeah.
You got to make them buy a drink, something.
Yeah.
And not just water.
No.
You know? It's got to be an alcoholic beverage you can
Like-
charge for.
Like an 8-drink minimum
Once an
every hour.
Or
per table.
Or charge a fee.
Yeah. Yeah, rent a table out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But they said, we hate working this night because we don't make any money.
Well, we went to place an order on the internet on their thing, and then it just said like not taking orders now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, and because we were on an island out on the boat, and then I was like, let's call them. They wouldn't pick up, and then we tried it like a half an hour later. Then we were able to place an order online.
Yeah.
They got us 30 wings in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and a pizza, or no, 3 pizzas. That's right. We got 3.
You know what? I will say
They're fucking.
the service there was really pretty quick.
They got their shit down. Yeah.
That's
It's all
because
Mexi-
everyone at the table wasn't eating.
Yeah. They're like, we're cooking for no one. It's all Mexicans down there in the kitchen.
I believe it.
They're fucking good. They know what they're doing. They
Yeah.
hustle. And then all snooty white bitches out there handing you the food.
Yeah. Well, we left before it got busy.
Yeah.
Just because we were looking at this big, huge rain cloud coming over. And we're looking at, Anita and
You
I were
sissy.
looking at, yeah, I know, we're looking at you. We don't want to get caught in this shit. Besides, it's 95 degrees.
Rich, I don't
We're
want to
sweltering.
get wet. You're like,
Yeah.
let's go home then. So I was out on that island. There's a little island, first one up from City Island, and the point of City Island is where they set off the fireworks. So you're as closest to the fireworks as you can get. We're at this island that I camp at, and we've been camping there. How long do you think, Dad? 25 years?
Maybe at least
Definitely.
10. At least 10. I'm trying to. I'm trying to
Definitely.
think.
Since 2000.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least 25 years we've been camping on this island. And Daniel's been camping a lot of those times with me. Well, he bought a boat now. He has a pontoon boat. he lives close, so he got there like 3 or 4 hours ahead of me. And he gets up on the island, gets, his 3 coolers up there. He gets his tent up there, and they're waiting for me to show up. And this group of kayakers come by, and this loudmouth girl, and she was like, hey, to his wife, how long are you going to be there up there on the island? And she's like, we're staying the night. And she says, well, we're planning on going there. We have friends coming. And she says, we have friends coming too. And then she kayaked away. Okay. So then I get there and I set up my 2 tents and bring my coolers up, get everything. I mean, like, we have a fucking compound built on this thing.
Yeah.
Now, also, there's this nice big tree that gives you really good shade, and it goes up and it splits into a 3-way. And these idiots, apparently, built this giant platform up there, like a little treehouse, pretty big. And fucking idiots drilled straight through the trees and through bolted their fucking joists and everything with 3/8 all
Somebody
thread.
put some thought into that.
And they got kayaks.
Yeah.
They had kayaks. So, like, to bring all this fucking wood out there was a mission.
It's an effort.
Yeah. And, a big auger to drill through the goddamn trees, which is fucking stupid anyways. Yeah. So I was like, well, fuck them. We're here. And two, she was already being a bitch to Heather. So then me, we were at the island probably a total of 5 or 6 hours at this point. And they went up to another island, Heather said. They're like, oh, they're up there or whatever. And they kayaked around us a couple times, just like looking at us and shit, I guess. And I was like, whatever. Me and Dan are just sitting there bullshitting, smoking cigars. And all of a sudden I was like, what the fuck is that? And this girl comes up over the bank right behind Daniel, pulling her kayak. And she pulls it up between our chairs and throws it down on the ground. She's like, her kayak's like 3 feet away from our fire, 1 foot away from our chairs right there. And she just start walking around. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, oh, that's really cool up there. You guys built that. I said, no. And she's like, yeah, you didn't fucking build it. You don't know how to build it. You don't have the skills to fucking build that, do you? And I was like, whoa. I was like, no, because we were at fucking work all week. We were working. And she's like, yeah, you couldn't build that. You know who fucking built that? We built that. We fucking built that. And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, well, we built it so we could watch the fireworks up there. And
they spent all that effort just to watch fireworks.
From a tree that's totally 100% covered in leaves. You couldn't see anything up there. There was no fucking view to be had up there. I mean, it was totally branches and leaves. You could not see goddamn fireworks from up there. So she's shouting at me, and I'm just sitting there because I kind of thought it was funny at this point, And I looked at Daniel. I was like, could you fucking believe this? And at this point, Dina's yelling at the girl. Dina's like, my girlfriend, she's like, what is your intentions? What do you want? And she's like, shut up, you red-skirted slut. Why don't you let your husband just beat you more? Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you two get off by beating your wives, don't you? And me and Dan were like, what the fuck is your problem, woman? And at this point, one of the dudes comes up. There was 3 dudes.
Did these people look like us?
They were white.
That's what I'm asking.
She was the most privileged 24-year-old cunt I've ever met. She had colored hair. She had a fucking septum pierced. The nose. Yeah. She had that ring. What I told you about those girls. Yeah. Out there. Never met a normal one. So, and she had tattoos all over her body. All of them were $25 tattoos. Just one here, one here, one here, one here. None of them made any sense. They were like stars and, like symbols of the stars and stupid.
Gotta have a tattoo, huh?
Dumb bitch shit. And she was like, do you even know what this weekend is? My father's a Marine. And I was like, I guess you don't know what that fucking hat means. He's a fucking Marine and he's killed dozens of people for you. And as this is happening, my buddy Dan, and this dude comes up and he sneaks behind the tree, between the tree and the tent, which is only like a 1 foot, 1.5 foot area. And he sneaks between it because he doesn't want to come in front of me and Dan. And he goes behind the tree and he has a basket back there that's tied to a rope to the treehouse. And he start putting shit in this tree, in the basket, because he's going to
Go up
there. And then, hey, fuck you guys. I got the high ground, So I saw this.
Yeah, but you have a chainsaw.
Shut the fuck up. Shit all over me, Rich. Now, my dad held his tongue. So, Richard, I can't believe you shit on me that hard.
Go ahead and finish. Come
I
on.
was going to go.
Guess how it goes, listeners. Guess what happens, listeners. I'm disappointed in you, Rich. I keep trying to teach you. I'm telling a goddamn story. I'm laying out the fucking...
How does it fucking feel?
I don't do this to you. So, as you can guess it, people.
He's putting stuff in the basket to go up to his
He's
perch.
going to go up into that. So I said, you know what, Dan? I said, fuck this. I'm cutting it down. And my chainsaw's right beside me, and it's a battery powered, so I don't even have to start the fucking thing. And I ran over, gave that guy a little bit of a push, and I went up 4 of the steps on this ladder, and I cut the main joist there, and I reached over to the right, cut the other main joist. I jumped down and crawled up the tree, cut the 3rd main joist, and it's just hanging by one. And it's a big structure.
Yeah.
And I did that in 15 seconds max, Vroom, vroom, vroom. And then I sat down, and I set down my chainsaw, and I just leaned back and looked at her. And she was losing her goddamn mind. Fucking, you piece of shit. And then she's like, well, before, I forgot this. Before I did that, she was shitting on the kids, too. Telling the kids that your parents are white trash and pieces of shit and all this stuff. And I didn't even say anything because I was like, whatever. My kids know that you're a fucking retard. And she's like, you see that, kids? Your parents are pieces of shit. Your parents are pieces of shit. I hope you fall and break your fucking necks. To the kids. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy hell.
And Daniel just, he takes a cigar and he puts it out and he's like, we're going to fight. And I was like, fuck them, Daniel. I was like, what are they going to do? And luckily, none of the dudes mouthed off at all. None of the dudes said anything.
So it's back to being crazy chicks.
Crazy bitches and weak men.
Yeah.
It's the worst combination. They were total bitch men. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I do.
I came over and gave him a shove. Sure, I had a chainsaw, but
he didn't shove back.
I was not holding the chainsaw up at him. He was just in my way. You know what I mean? And like, if someone came over and shoved me, I would have popped him in the mouth immediately. I don't care if you have a fucking gun. He's a pussy. He was a pussy. And all of these dudes look like nature hippie faggots, And they just couldn't believe that this dude jumped up with a chainsaw and cut down their tree. And I heard the one woman yelling too, my husband built that. It took him 5 days to build that. He built that. What are you doing? And all the guys were just shaking their head with their mouth open. No. You know what? You set the wrong fucking cunt up to negotiate this fucking trade-off.
All right.
If you would have sent a reasonable bitch up there and just said, hey, guys, we built this tree stand. Do you mind if we sit up there for the fireworks? We really blah, blah, blah. I would have said, sure. No big deal. Sure. You cool? Just don't smoke pot here with the kids, or do anything stupid, Fine. Use your fucking tree stand.
That you can't see through.
Yeah.
The trees.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have cared. They did put effort into it.
Sure.
And whatever. But she came up yelling and swearing at us and telling us we're pieces of shit. So fuck them. So I cut 3 of the joists down out of the 4. They couldn't go up there at that point. And I sat back down and they yelled at me for a while, and then they got in their kayaks and left, and they yelled the whole way, paddling away too, just screaming at us.
Oh man. I'm surprised they didn't call the cops.
Well, that's the next thing. So,
okay.
See, I can't tell you, I can't let everyone know because Rich would tell them. When did the cops come? I said the cops came, right?
I don't know all of these details at all.
Obviously, because you would have said them by now. So, So then here comes about an hour later, a river rescue boat's coming up, and he's looking right at us. And he comes up, makes a U because it's low, and comes back down. And I can hear him yelling and stuff. And Heather was like, yeah, look at that. There's a river rescue. She's like, they have a fucking police officer with them. Look at that. He has his badge on and everything. I was like, fuck. I was like, I want to see the fireworks. So I got $1,000 in my purse. I was like, come bail me out. And so I went over to talk to him. It wasn't a fucking cop. They were both just river rescue guys, but they had like little badges on and shit. So they're firemen, you know?
Yeah.
And he just wanted to make sure if we were leaving the night, we had the proper lights and life jackets and stuff. And I said, yeah, we're all cool, blah, blah, blah. He's like, cool. Looks like you guys have a good setup. Have fun. And then he left.
Nice.
Nicest fucking interaction I've ever had with law enforcement, though he wasn't really law enforcement, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, if it was anyone else, they're like, show me your life jacket. Show me your life. Show me your throwable. Show me your horn. And Rich is like, yeah, show him.
Yeah.
Be safe.
That's the kind of interaction we had whenever I picked you up at the hospital, too. Those guys were really cool.
Yeah, those guys were cool with you, and you were fucking drunk.
We were.
With a bunch of alcohol open.
We were hammered. We were hammered, and I didn't even know he was back here. I just had a full throttle going through.
I was standing on shore. I went and saw my buddy's baby at the hospital. I come back down. I said, yeah, I'm down here. Come pick me up. I see him coming down the other side of the river, coming down, and this boat's chasing him with his lights on. And he goes way down. I mean, it followed him for like a mile and a half. Way down, made a big U down by the dam, came back up, and they're coming up. And I was like, you guys are getting chased. You're getting pulled over. They turn around. They're like, oh, shit. Start setting bottles down and shit.
It was just like that, too.
Yeah.
It was exactly like
He didn't know they were behind him. Well, you know, you can't hear anything with that boat motor around.
It was
and that's what he said. He's like, yeah, that happens all the time.
And a good time was had by all.
So, yeah, the rest of the night. So that was like the first bad part of our night. You know, it just like ruined the atmosphere, you know, having those crazy people up there shouting and shit because of the kids. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then later, Liz came, your daughter.
Right.
And her boyfriend.
Right.
And they're cool. I like them.
Yep.
But they got fucking smashed, shit-faced drunk. And then it was...
Not a surprise.
It was just anything we could say was an argument.
Oh.
Liz argued that having a dog is just exactly like having children to a bunch of parents. And we're like, no, what the fuck is it? And she's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I was like, did you have a funeral for your dog? Did you fucking, buy a $6,000 casket and a $4,000 stone? No, because it's a fucking dog. And then her boyfriend argued for like 20 minutes about abortion. And he thinks that anything after 3 children, you should be mandatory castrated by the government because we're running out of room in America.
I don't think that's
I said, you got to drive across the fucking country then. And he's like, whenever you're on 83 with all that traffic, I said, you chose that. I said, people choose to live in the fucking city. I said, there's tons of fucking woods in just Pennsylvania. You don't have to live there. We're not running out of fucking room. And then he tells me his mom has 16 children to 3 different men.
I didn't know that.
And I said, well, in that case, would you fucking be here if that was the rule of the law of the land? I said, maybe it ain't such a bad fucking idea.
So did you tell him that like Colorado and Wyoming will have like 400,000 people only?
Well,
obviously it doesn't leave fucking Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Because
just going through the desert, Utah.
I know.
You don't see a house for 100 miles.
And then I kept saying that, and then he was like, well, it's not inhabitable. And I said, you don't think they got fucking internet and electricity? He's like, what are you talking about? They were just drunk and arguing to argue.
Yeah.
So it was like, instead of my nice relaxing night out on the river that it was usually, I said, Dina, you know what this was like, honey? I said, because she never does anything like this.
I was going to supply, I don't mean to stop you, but I'm really surprised that Dina got so exercised.
Oh, she got fired up. It was
I
hot.
know.
It was
That's
hot.
Unlike her.
I know. She was like, I'm disappointed in myself. And I said, you didn't.
No, why?
I said, you didn't say anything bad. You didn't swear at them. I said, you didn't do any personal attacks on them. Like, they went right away to attacking us and the children.
Oh, yeah.
I said, you didn't say anything like
I'll
that.
give her that. She argues differently than other people.
Yeah.
Because she's intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smart.
And not trashy. Yeah. So, and then he told me, then Liz's boyfriend also told me that I went too far probably by cutting down the tree. I wouldn't have done that. I think you went a little too far with that. And I said, you weren't fucking here. And I said, and besides that, whenever you guys were up there, you were totally, they heard the yelling.
Yeah.
And he told Liz not to go down there. And Liz is like, I'm going down there now. And he stayed back and he was like, well, I'm not worried because Liz is just down there going to beat some ass. She's just down there beating ass in a fight, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you're fine with your girlfriend going down and getting in a fight with random fucking people, that physically assaulting people, but me cutting a 2x6 was too far.
Yeah.
That was too far. I was like, you fucks. Go to bed. I like them. I like both of them.
Almost surprised you didn't ask him to leave Gilligan's Island.
They were way too fucking smashed to
Yeah.
go on a boat, dude. They
Yeah,
would
I
have
know.
drowned.
Yeah.
They would have drowned. And that's the only reason why any issues were, is because they were so hammered.
How'd they get there?
Kayak. They put in
Yeah.
at
Above Wormleysburg.
they put in just behind the grotto there in Fairview.
up the river.
Yep.
Up the
I know
river.
exactly where you mean. Yep.
But yeah. So I said, honey, this is, and Dina's never done this. I said, this is exactly what a night out clubbing feels like. I said, that's what this was. This was not a nice, relaxing private island river experience. This was a night on 2nd Street in Harrisburg. We got the fight, and then we got the drunk people arguing at the end of the night. That's what happens.
And the experience on that island is usually
So nice.
paradise. It's just perfect.
Feels like a little vacation. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry for that, but
Oh, yeah.
My only disappointment is that Keith didn't use that wood for fire.
Well, this is why, because I already been drinking, and it was a pretty big structure.
Probably pressure treated.
It was pressure cheated.
Yeah, you don't want to
It
burn
was
that.
a big structure, and it was hanging by one joist. And I thought, and Daniel's tent was right there. And whenever I cut it, sawdust went all over that fucking thing. And Heather was saying about that. I was like, sorry, Heather. I was like, it had to be done.
She's not gonna show up about that.
Yeah, no, she was cool.
Oh, really?
Heather was actually the coolest I've ever hung out with her.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they got the medicine.
The pills
right.
work.
Yeah, they got something figured out. And so we left it up, but then the next day we tore down the tent and stuff, and I said, Dan, you know that has to come down. And he's like, yeah, it does. And I said, all right, let's tear it down. And we cut it down into pieces, got it down, and then I cut it into littler pieces and littler pieces. So every last piece of wood is not usable for anything except burning on a fire.
Oh, I wouldn't even burn it.
no.
I didn't. I just left it there in a pile, but some idiot will come and burn it.
Them.
Yeah, probably them, yeah. And then they'll get sick.
I
hopefully.
just can't believe anyone put that much effort into building that little.
They're fucking loser hippies. They must not have a goddamn job.
Someone had to have a little bit of skill in putting that thing up.
No, it was not skilled. It was it was so fucking badly built, dude. It was
They-
really, really bad.
Don't even know what a level is.
Yeah, they built this goddamn shelf down at near the fire level, and I was like, well, I'll use this fucking shelf for my grill. I set my grill on it, and it just leans forward the whole time. I was like, God damn it. They couldn't even build this right. You couldn't cook on it because everything rolls forward, Fucking retards. They put up some nice little twinkle lights, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we used those.
I'm surprised.
And then I left the battery on. I was like, eh.
Glad Anita didn't know that. She said, let's go out to the island, see the lights.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not happy about cutting down their fort, but I don't think I had any option. What was going to happen? They came up. That girl was hostile and she wanted to fight.
You would have had a miserable night all night.
I think so. I don't think anything would have happened except a fight.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
She was
And
probably
it would have been a girl fight.
Dina would have rolled that bitch. Oh, you know what else she did? So then after she says all this the worst horrible things, like I can't even remember everything, but it was really bad stuff. And then she pulled out her phone and started recording me. And she's like, here's the fuckers that cut down our stand. Here they are. Here's their boat numbers. Here they are. And then she fell down the fucking bank. I was like, yes.
Did her phone go in the water?
It was in a waterproof case.
Damn it.
She just fell and like hit her ass, but like she went down some.
So did you ever think about trying to find out if they posted that anywhere?
Yeah, I searched. I really, really searched. I have like 3 hours in searching. Can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Snapchat.
She's probably
everything.
too embarrassed to.
Well, yeah, I don't know. No, she had no humility, obviously.
Yeah.
Was the most self-centered, entitled, no humility bitch I've ever met. She was a terrible, terrible person. Terrible. And you know, all their friends, they have to be like, those guys were dicks, but you know, maybe if we didn't send her up first. They have to think that.
You know what? If I were one of those guys, I would have been embarrassed by saying, "Let me handle this." I built the fucker. Let me handle it.
Anyone but her.
Yes. And this is the thing. So like, you know, my crowd was like just blaming her, you know, saying it's her fault. It's her fault. I said, listen here. They circled a couple times. They went up to that island up there. They had a powwow. They made a fucking plan, and then they came down. They all agreed on something, and they came down.
And I bet you the leader of the group said, "I'm going to take care of this."
It was her.
Yeah.
Yes.
She made the plan.
Right.
and
Those
she led the
guys
group.
were just wimpy cunts that kept their head down, their tail between their legs, and followed those crazy bitches.
You should have just.
You know, because like me, a strong man, I would have said, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, bitch. We're here. Build a fire. Go get some wood. We're not going down there. What do you want us to do? Are we going to fight them off the fucking island? What are our options?
More of them than they are of us.
If they wanted to be reasonable, they would have sent one person down, came in, hey guys, hey, what's up, you know, and then calmly came up, little small chat, been nice.
One person up to the island, everyone else on the boat.
Well, they all had their own kayaks, but yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
One person.
I mean, that's how I wouldn't have even done it. I would have been like, fuck, they took our island. That's the island. I built that fucking tree out. What can we do? I wouldn't have even wanted to share an island with someone, you know?
You should have just sent
It's a small island.
Just send Addie over.
Well,
Addie,
I'm sure she was ready.
Addie was watching.
Addie, she would have walked over and said, look, you're going to leave or we're going to fight. That's what she said to the bully.
Yeah, that was cool. Get off your bike and fight or leave. She said, get off your bike and fight. That's awesome. Yeah. So, but Dina would have whooped her ass. Dina's strong.
She is.
She arm wrestled Andrew and beat him. She
fucking did it.
She did too, in front of a full
She
bar.
fucking did it.
She's like, oh, that's not what I saw. She got some guns on her.
I wouldn't want to test her.
Oh, her and I wrestle, you know, and I wrestle hard with her, and she's tough.
Yeah. Not me.
And I've taught her how to use her fucking weight, you know, and that's the key, because you can wear someone out so quick wrestling, you know, by just using your body weight instead of muscle strength.
Yeah.
Try to hold me up. I weigh a lot, you know. You'll get tired quick. There's things you could do, but yeah, I mean, if it would have went down, I would have punched that girl in the face. She was such a dumb bitch. I would have beat her up, and her boyfriends. But again, you know, what were those men saying? What the problem is, the men.
Exactly right.
You think?
You 100%. 100%.
None of them said anything to us.
100%.
There was 3 of them, and the one I shoved and cut down his tree stand right in front of him.
And
Nothing was said.
He just tucked his dick up his ass and said,
After I cut, he grabbed his stuff out of the basket and went down and sat in his kayak. That's what he did. Which good for him, because I mean the only thing that would have happened after that was he would have had a broken nose. So good choice.
yeah. There would have been more than just river rescue down there.
Me and Dan would have slaughtered them. We would have wiped the island clean. Dan's a good fighter. He's tough. A Marine
Yeah, sure.
with a short fuse.
I'm hoping if I were there, I'm liking to think that I would have joined in and got my ass kicked, but still I would have joined in.
Joined in with me and Dan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And fought.
Would you?
I might have been pounded into the ground like a tent stake, but so
Would have
what?
been cool.
I'll lose my honor.
Oh, my God. You get more credit if you get a bloody nose or something.
That's right.
Like, look at Rich.
Rich, usually all you have to do is get up out of your chair.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
for
will
sure.
they will run.
Yes, they were shouters, not fighters.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened at Ocean City, Maryland last year.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? The
guy
punk?
yelling at us.
He's yelling at us out of his soul.
Calling us a piece of shit and stuff, yeah.
And as soon as we stood up,
I was like, that's it. I got him.
we stood up and he just took off.
Start driving
Not a
away
lot of
quick.
people, though. Like, I was down there for the car show. Not a lot of people fight anymore. It's, oh, no, I'm good.
Women fight.
Well, yeah, that's because
Yeah, because they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, they don't know no better. All right. But no, like a lot of guys.
I think
don't
they
fight.
know. I think they know that they're protected in some way.
They feel like it, but
Yeah.
I would hit
Yeah,
one
the
in
minute
the
you
face.
fucking think
No,
they're like,
one
oh,
hits
what?
me. Yeah.
Because you know if you hit a woman, you're going to be going down, no matter what the circumstance. You're going down for it.
It wouldn't be the first punch,
No.
but
Doesn't matter.
No, I know. Like, even if you're at a bar and one's smacking the shit out of you, fist over fist, and then you pop her once and she fucking goes down because it's a woman and you're a man, suddenly you're the bad guy.
That's exactly
And then
right.
there's always some tough dude there that wants to wreak revenge on the dumb bitch that made this happen. Which I used to feel like that. Like, you hit a woman, I'm there, you know? But now, no, some women need to...
They need to be pumped.
I don't need to help her.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Not that they need to be punched in the face, but I don't need to get punched in the face because she was out of control. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there to help. Sorry. Not everyone.
I get it.
Not all of them.
Yep, no.
No, I got a woman that I take care of.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
So what could have I done differently, Rich?
Nothing. You stood your ground. You didn't get violent. Took some action.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of enjoyed everything, and I thought, boy, they got a story to tell, don't they?
You can't though. There's no way in history you could have changed her mind at that given point in time. No way. She had one mindset.
Well, Dina said,
That was
"What
it.
is your intentions? What are your intentions up here?"
She didn't know, but she had
didn't.
one.
She had no answer to that except
Okay.
you're a slut that gets beat by your husband. So that's whenever you know you won the argument is whenever they start personally attacking
Sure.
you for no reason.
Sure.
Dina
So-
didn't do that once.
So
No.
what do you think Daniel's saying today?
Oh, Daniel loved it. He
glad I came.
He loved that I got up with the chainsaw. I didn't say a word. Just walked over, cut it. Didn't say a word. Sat back down. I just looked at him.
Dan, I think it's just waiting for somebody to fucking swing.
He thought after I cut down the tree that we were in trouble. He thought, the other two were going to come up out of their kayaks, the men.
I guess the only thing I might have done if I were there, I would have said to bitch, do you want to come onto this island, peacefully watch the fireworks from your little perch, or do you want to raise a ruckus?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
But at that point, like,
I agree. I agree with Keith that. Once she has the attitude, after that, it's like, nah.
yeah, peace was broken.
Yeah.
The peace we couldn't have had back,
And the perch is
She
gone.
was crazy. Yeah. Well, no, not before that. Yeah. And she's like, I live right fucking there. And I said, I don't care. I said, this is a public property. And Dina's like, do you go to the state park and build tree houses
You have
there?
a permit for that.
Yeah,
It looked like shit up there. I mean, it ruined the island.
I wonder what if there is a law or a rule or something about going onto those islands and building something.
Yeah,
well,
can't-
obviously, you can't build. It's owned by the city. It's
You're
city
right.
property. You can't tent there either. You're not supposed to camp out there.
Yeah.
And what they did years ago, there was a giant island up the river from us, real big. They built fucking docks off of them that went out 30, 40 feet.
They were professional too. I mean,
Yeah, they were nice. And then they built structures on the island. And every weekend, there would be 30 pontoon boaters up there. Each one had 10 to 20 people on their boat, and they would party on those islands all weekend. They shut it down because it was too much structures and building and shitting in holes on city properties. They shut it down. And that's exactly what would happen to our island if they first they started with a platform. I went out there next month. Suddenly, there's a roof over the platform. I go out there the following month.
There's
suddenly,
a shack.
it's enclosed.
Yeah.
Yes. Go out there the next month. Suddenly, they got a generator with a water pump and a shower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
When the fuck does it end? It's like homeless people. You can't. You got to shoo them away right away. Fuck them.
That's all Rich has to say.
Well, no, I'm just, I'm just having a hard time. No, I'm not having a hard time. I understand that 20-somethings are crazy, and 20-something women think they own the world.
She did. She really, really did. Because they built that on there, we shouldn't have been there.
Right. And even if you said, go watch the fireworks, just leave us alone. You're right. Once the antagonism started, there was going to be no peaceful end.
She came up hostile and assaulting us. Verbally assaulting us, if you want to call it that, I guess. Yeah. Fuck her.
It's assault.
I'm happy I made her 4th of July.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that story that they told on Monday to coworkers if they have a job? I know. But it's funny. It has to be so funny. They were all at Panera Bread. You wouldn't believe this guy. He had a chainsaw.
I'm just really surprised that video didn't hit someplace.
I am.
I know. I've been looking for it, and I typed in. Like I said, I have 3 or 4 hours.
I'm sure.
Keywords on every single site. I can't find the bitch. She said she lives over there in Wormleysburg, yeah.
Probably on her Facebook.
So I was on the Snapchat. I was on the Facebook. I looked up all these people. I was on X. I was on Instagram. I can't find it.
Either that is just a video of her yelling and screaming at people who were doing nothing.
I know, but I just want to find it so I can respond to her. Start trolling her.
Yeah.
Maybe she's too embarrassed to post it since she fell down over the bank.
She is 100% not embarrassed. There's not an ounce of shame in that body. Yep.
She got to send the kayak with her.
Yeah, just drug her kayak up and tossed it right between our shit. And it's like you could have left your kayak down there.
Yeah.
She was just doing it to be invasive.
Sure.
Yeah. What a bitch.
This is the sign.
Had to rewrite history there.
Of the times. The sign of the times. Crazy women and weak men.
It is. It is. Weak men scare me more than anything because
That's right.
They are the cause.
That's right.
Yeah. Somebody probably should have told her no, and I'll go up there and talk.
Yeah.
Yes. Be like, no, you're being a crazy cunt. You fucking stay here. If we have any chance of using our tree stand, it will go away if you go up there first.
You know what? You need to wait till you see them out there camping, and then we all show up and make them move.
I'm going to guess you'll never see them again.
No, they'll be back out.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? This made me think. The summer before, Dad,
Oh, I know.
there was a tent out there with lawn chairs set up.
You said that one time.
They left that there all summer long.
Trying to claim the island.
Yes. So whenever people were kayaking or whatever, they saw the tent and the chairs thinking, oh, someone's camping there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So after it sat there for 4 months in the summer, I went up there and I tore it all the fuck down. The tent was filled with water with mosquitoes in it. And they had boulders set in there. They're not camping in there. They just didn't want anyone on the island. All the chairs were junk. That's the other thing. They had a hammock and a couple chairs that were up in that tree stand thing, and they had like hooks on it and stuff, and everyone wanted me to take them, and I was like, no, we're leaving them. I was like, we're leaving them up there. We're not even going to take their chairs, but they can't get to them now. I was like, I don't want them to be like, and then they stole our fucking chairs too.
And our lobster traps. Or crab traps.
Crab traps. So we left the fucking chairs up there.
You know something though? Last year, no, I don't think it's last year, but the one time there's kayakers did come up to the island.
With us.
Yeah, it's 4th of July. There's kayakers. They are at the end of the island. They came up to the.
Oh
left
yeah.
there. I'm not sure if that was them though. But
They stayed in their boat, right?
Yeah.
No, and they were cool. They just rode up into the weeds so they could watch the fireworks from there. Didn't bother us. They didn't pull their kayak up and set it next to our fire and start screaming at us. I don't care. You know, it's not my island either. And if you would have been cool, you could have used your tree stand.
All night.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't planning on sleeping over. They just wanted to watch the fireworks.
Which they couldn't see anyway.
We could have all became friends and had fun.
Yep. Want a beer?
Yeah. Yeah, she was cool. I mean, she was all right looking, but she was crazy.
Except for the purple hair and the tattoos.
Yeah, I know. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's a sign like where like she's like, I'm freaky and I'll do shit, but you can't touch me or do anything to my body.
Now I think the crazy, the ones that are more out there are the ones that shave their head and color it.
Yeah, they're always on the verge
I
of
seen one of that
lesbianism.
giant. That's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, after they shave their head, that's always questionable. There's issues going on.
So I want to change the subject a little bit. Something a little bit more happy.
I was happy.
Yeah, it was turned out all right.
Yeah, it was a happy ending.
And this is maybe for Andrew, or maybe for all of us.
Oh, I got a question for Andrew then.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
I
Man.
read a story
Look at
just
that.
the other day.
Look at that.
What the hell happened to that? The wrapper.
The whole wrapper just rolled off this goddamn cigar.
Oh.
How much you pay for that?
Shut up. Fucking enough. We'll see if it lights.
I read a story the other day about some, and I don't remember her name. I don't know if she's an actress or an influencer or somebody, but she's a pretty attractive-looking blonde, and she came out and said, "I'm lesbian. I used to be heterosexual, and I spent all this time in my life forcing myself to be heterosexual and having boyfriends and having sex with a guy and this and that. And now I realize that I'm really a lesbian and I'm much happier." And I don't know what made me think about it, but would if
And how's this go to Andrew?
all three of us, all four of us, if some woman just walks up to you, stark, really nice looking woman, nicely built, great rack, just really tight, walked up to you and you're just looking at her and you knew she was a lesbian, would that get you a woody still, knowing she was a lesbian?
Oh yeah, it's still a female. I don't give a fuck if you're lesbian or straight.
No, I usually feel differently about them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm trying to decide what I would do or how I would feel.
I had a friend that I would bang before, and then she came out as a lesbian, and I was just like, cool, all right. And then it just felt like she was one of the bros then. You know what I mean?
I could see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because like she stated her way. And I was like, okay. Like, I fucking understand that.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah, why would you want to get poked by this thing and then fucking, messed up on the face?
I see they're happier though because they're with somebody that understands them though.
Well, I'm not denying her feelings. I'm questioning
Yeah, I know
yours.
what you're saying.
Would you still say, I could take her?
Still try?
I could change
Yeah.
her.
No. I'm like, fuck it. You can't beat a pussy.
No.
No.
Yeah. So
You can't win. No.
No.
Just let it go. Move
Yep.
on to the next.
Next, yes.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And I don't know why it made me think about it, but
Well, yeah, you're not
just
going to stand there and try to actually change it or fight it. Like, okay.
Well, if you really like her and it's someone you talk to, Andrew.
but if you were naked and afraid on that island with this chick,
Oh, well, I mean, if she got nice, pointy titties, you still might get a chub. I mean, you can't help
Well, you have
that.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to snuggle to get warmth.
Yeah.
Because being apart, you ain't going to happen.
Yeah, be like, listen, I know you don't like men, so this is easier.
so
Yeah.
so would you say, I know you're lesbian, but pardon my hard on or what?
Yeah. I'd be
Well,
like,
yeah,
I
it's a
know
guy
you don't
thing.
like this, but
But
it's a
it's
guy
feeling
thing.
pretty good to me.
I was something
this extra blood flow will keep us all warm.
That's that shit only happens in your dreams, though, bro.
But you said it's somebody who exists. Is this real, or are you just?
No, I'm just.
It was some star or something.
Yeah, some
you saw.
star.
I don't know
Don't
what-
think of that way.
Okay, so it was
But
real.
she looked like she was going to be okay to look at.
Yeah. No, there is good looking lesbians.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But again, I understand it. Like, you want to lick a cooch or suck a dick.
Yeah.
Rich?
Yeah. I'm looking.
Yeah. Yeah, dicks are gross.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
blame them.
No.
That's why they don't ever want dick pics. Like, who the fuck sends one of them?
Yeah,
Well-
girls don't ever seem to be interested in that.
No, they are not.
Yeah.
And-
Well, Rich, you think that they would want to be. Like, if you're going to date this dude and his dick is the size of a pinky, you don't think that affects the relationship?
Of course it does at some point.
Yeah, so
Sure.
why not just weed him out right away? If he's willing to show his fucking cards right off the bat, like if she shows me her puss with a wine bottle in it, I'm like, ugh, that's out of my league.
Yeah.
Next.
I just think that females don't want to see that right away. They don't want to see it right away.
They're not logical.
No, they want to get the relationship,
They want to make you miserable for a while and then beat you down for having a tiny wee-wee.
Yeah. Well,
They gotta play it for a month or two, then they get to show you the real thing.
my wee-wee may be small, but I got a tongue like you can't believe.
Ah. And it likes Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, that was a good topic, Rich. I like that. I have one for you, Rich, or Andrew.
His name is Andrew, yeah.
Okay, now I don't have it finalized, but I don't even think I have it written down. But would you rather? So we went up and watched this orchestra, the Harrisburg Symphony
Orchestra, right? Symphony.
Symphony
Yeah, there you
Orchestra, and there was
That actually might have been the best time of the weekend for us.
it was good.
Except for Sunday on the river.
It was on a stage next to the river, so it was nice. So we watched that. Now there were some girls there.
Yep.
Now imagine going to a concert down in Hershey to see a rock band, any rock band, okay? What's the first one that hits your head? Rock band.
I don't know.
Rock band. Say a name. You're thinking of one. You're thinking of
Well,
one.
we got either Weezer, we got
Okay, Weezer.
them.
Okay, Weezer. So, would you rather pick up a girl to date at a Weezer concert or an orchestra concert?
ooh.
Because I've been to both, and I made
Well, okay. A Weezer concert, she's partier, straight out forward. Now the sympathy one, or sympathy,
No, they're not straight out forward. They like
Symphony.
symphony.
Now, they got you saying it now, Rich.
Yeah, I know.
Not sympathy.
She could be the silent one though. She hides everything in the back.
yeah.
She doesn't show it straightforward because she's still a little shy, little.
could be freaky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like depends on what she could look like.
Well, you have to imagine that girl. Which girl goes to this and which girl goes to that? You have a picture of them in your mind.
Now the Weezer one though, she's gonna go to some good shit. This other one, she's probably gonna want to go to this shit, and I'm gonna have to put up with it if I want to be with her.
You would rather go to a bunch of Weezer concerts than see an orchestra?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, because just to have to go to how many of them? That's to bang this chick.
Well, she might go to one a year.
No,
They don't go every weekend.
it depends on what she's like though too. She's a good person. Shit.
Which one do you think would be better to date?
I have to go to the other one, the symphony, the orchestra one.
Symphony.
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 Yeah, I have to go with her. I think the other one, she's a partier, but I think she'd be more open.
That's a good choice. I would go the same way.
Yeah, I think so because
Over a rock
the
concert
Weezer girl is one and done.
Yeah.
Good point. maybe not even one and done low, but
Maybe.
you know, those girls are always they're always like, I'm free flowing, blah blah blah. Don't touch my butthole. Oh, I'll do anything. I'm fun. No, I'm not putting that in my mouth.
Now, like you said though, she's a decent person, like a good one. You can go through a lot of shit though to be with her though. So.
What do you mean by a lot of shit?
Well, like anything, like I mean, you gotta
You
get
have,
interested.
you have to go to some classy thing.
Yeah, or some things
You
that
might even
you
have
may
to
not
dress up.
find.
You might have to dress
Good.
up and take her somewhere.
To
Oh
nice
no,
places.
I'm fine with that. I love romantic shit. I'm
Okay,
romantic.
but the Weezer concert, you're going to be going to fucking, what is that, Chinchilla or whatever.
Oh, nah,
fucking
there's
in the desert.
There's a lot of free flowing people out
yeah,
there.
be fucking miserable with a bunch
No.
of stinky cunts.
I'm a romantic guy, so I love that shit.
All right, so
But no, I'm just talking about going to things that you may not find fun to be at or want to be at. You're like, oh, okay, well, I'll go for this to her.
So if you're with this girl, she says, let's go to. They're having an exhibit at the art museum.
That's what she would want to do, yes.
Yeah.
But
I
they,
went to an art museum with a chick on a cruise ship.
Okay, nice.
But the other one would be like, hey, there's this dive bar and my buddy's brother's band is playing at it. We should go. So
Yeah.
which one's worse? Tell me that. The fucking dive bar is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be over that shit in like a month. You'll be like, oh my God, she's the worst ever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know, it may or may not take you longer to get where you want to be.
I think the other one, she'd be a lot more interesting, though.
Yeah, I think you'd have a lot more. You'd be going to different places, doing different things.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Well,
You
hold
might
on.
not like it, but
The rock concert girl?
No.
No,
the
the
other
symphony
one.
Oh,
girl.
yeah,
I'm
the
not gonna-
symphony girl. Yes, definitely. Better all around.
yeah.
She'll treat you better. She'll be nicer.
Yeah.
You could take her places.
Yeah, you could show her off. She would dress
And you
up and
could
be
be
respectable.
The man.
Oh, dude, I'd do so much shit for her.
Yeah.
See, like I told you, I'm a romantic guy, so I love that shit.
Okay, great. So the decision's made.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's
Symphony over rock concert.
definitely.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think you're right.
I think so too. That's the pick.
Yeah.
I don't need some
Especially if
crazy-
she, like you said, though, she's that secret one that's got that shit.
Oh, dude, every girl that like you wouldn't think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the better ones. Yeah, the ones that are loud and you know always got their tits out and wearing mini skirts and stuff. They're always a bore in the sack, man. I'm always disappointed.
Now, I have a question, though. I thought about this because of all the
Oh,
cultures and shit.
We need a camera on Andrew.
If people,
you gotta buy one, Andrew.
if women and men were just like another cultures or that didn't like wear clothes or anything, would you view them differently, or do you actually view them by who they actually are? If you could see everything,
yeah, that would be
like,
nice.
but like after a while though, would it get old though, and you just start seeing them how
Andrew,
they are?
you would know a saggy pair of titties compared to a nice perky pair of titties.
Well, no, like would that shit like
it-
stand out?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, your pecker would
Still.
stand out. You'd be like, yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would know. We would know.
I work on naked or almost naked females every day of the week. And you have to put your mind in a different gear. You really do. Or
I
else-
don't know though, dude. Like you see, like this chick at the Giant, like she had like the whole shaved legs and everything, all nice and clean and shit. Oh my god. Like that'd be hard though, cause like you have like that oily skin. That's probably, well, some of it's probably tan. That'd be awesome if it's tan, but it'd be hard not to. Though.
I don't know where he's going exactly.
He's just horny.
Andrew.
He didn't beat off before.
Yeah, you said you had to put your mind somewhere else.
Does she work there?
No, she don't work there.
Oh, okay.
No, he just sits in the parking lot on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. That's
She
her
knew she
shopping
shops
day.
there every
That's
Wednesday.
her shopping day.
But no, like I see like other cultures and shit though. Like people don't wear clothes or anything.
Yeah, but
That's for sure.
okay, they say love is blind, but it is not.
And that's
It
in our
is
culture
not.
though. Like we hold like kids back on all that shit from seeing that stuff, even though it's like completely natural because it's like the human body and how it is. But like other cultures though, they don't hold fucking back any of that.
Okay, Andrew, you're at the strip club, okay?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That I don't want to see there.
And there's 4 of them. One got a gigantic, ridiculous breast implant. One got one that looks like my girlfriend's, you know. And then
Does he know?
he stares at him all the time.
fucking stare at it.
He dreams. And then say the two other ones have pumped out 7 kids. They have flappy bellies and droopy boobies. Which one does your pecker want?
It doesn't. Just,
Oh, yes,
Yes,
it
it
does.
does.
Yes,
That's
it does.
right.
It knows. It's like, oh, you know how you know?
The better.
I want to take that one for back in the lap dance for a private dance. That's your pecker talking.
Now, there are some that I've seen that I've overlooked some things, but they're not like major things.
What do you call major?
Not like alligator lady.
Alligator lady.
Yeah, the one that doesn't want to retire, the one that has,
Oh, the stripper.
yeah, the one that you go to the
yeah.
bathroom for every time she goes up.
Yeah, she got these big fake titties, and they got wrinkles in them like they're a tire. You know, like the
Alligator
tires,
lady.
like whenever they slow down the tires in the drag
Yeah.
cars, whenever they start like wrinkling over.
Yeah,
Slow mo
One that doesn't
tire.
retire, she just keeps showing up.
Yeah,
So what's her nickname?
That's alligator
And
lady.
they have treads on the side.
alligator.
Every bar's got one. Oh, not bar. I mean, every strip club's usually got one.
Oh, she's terrible. Yeah, she would come up and put them on your neck, and you're like, "Here's $1. Go away."
Just
Go.
like the overweight fuckers. I'm like, where's the bathroom at? Every time one of those goes up, I have to piss for some reason.
Yeah.
Now we've talked about this before. If truth be told, you rather have the nice,
Oh, of course.
firm, tight one.
Men.
Yes.
Yes. Now women, they're a different thing.
They are.
They are.
They
Yeah.
are.
I have
It does not matter to women.
I have
Yeah.
often said, how did
weird.
she
That's-
pick him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot.
But a lot of times, I don't even think it's his qualities. I think it's she can control him, and she feels better about herself knowing
That's-
that
yeah.
he won't leave her, and blah 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 blah. They're on a whole different level. We can't even dissect.
No.
No, there's like so many things going on in their brain.
Yeah.
I have.
I don't know. We're picking from two different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
My thing is, if I take care of myself, and I think you should too. Is that a fucking
Andrew,
wrong?
I'll tell you this: we line up 4 girls. I bet you all 4 of us would pick the same one if we writ it down and put it on an envelope.
Of course.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
We're simple-minded. Like,
Yes. Yes. We know.
There-
We all want the same thing.
There is
Yeah,
no
yeah.
doubt that we are a much simpler being.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
well, of course. What is this?
So, what else do we got? Any important things that are Rich on your list you want to hit before we run out of time?
So I ran into I never knew what I never knew.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You've heard the expression "the dog days of summer."
Yeah.
Yep. You just said yeah, like kind of.
Well,
sorta.
I saw something on the History Channel
That's the
one time.
shitty days, right?
The dog days of summer. Everyone thinks that the dog days of summer means it's just the hot days and
Yeah.
we're tired and the heat beating us up. That dog days of summer. Well, it has to do with astronomy. It has to do
Oh, my God.
with the dog star Sirius.
I like this, Andrew.
know.
We're learning.
The dog star Sirius. It's the brightest star in the sky.
Serious, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I know you know it.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out the brightest, and you can see it from sundown to sun up during the hottest, from like June, early July through end of August. And that's back in however long ago.
Hold on.
They
Is
say
this a star or a planet?
it's a star.
Okay.
Just a star.
Yeah, it's one star in, I forget what constellation.
Oh, I thought that was a dog
The,
constellation.
Well, it might be, but the dog star is one of the stars in the constellation.
Okay.
But it is the brightest star, and it's visible in like July and August when the temperatures
Heat.
are the hottest. So back in, who knows, hundreds of years ago, they just called it the dog days of summer because of the dog star.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And it does stand out. There's no other star out there that is even close to being as bright.
I'm going to have to look for this thing.
And it has to do with when it's most visible and how long it's visible.
Huh. Did you ever see that app on your phone?
Yeah. Yep.
You can look up at the stars, people, and your camera looks at the stars, and it will show you every cluster of stars or whatever, and it names them all for you and shows you all the planets. And
It's kind of creepy.
it's
'cause
pretty cool.
It just happens as soon as you just
you stick your phone up, yeah, and
or
it's
your
like,
iPad or anything. It
yeah.
That's what that is. Southern Celestial Hemisphere. That's where it's at.
Oh, okay.
So what constellation is it called,
Yeah.
Rich?
I don't know.
He just said the southern
Yeah.
one. His
Yeah,
Celestial.
but it's in
Yeah,
one of the
sympathy.
constellations, and
Yeah,
The
it's not
Canis
the-
Major.
I probably knew it, but I forgot,
Mhm.
or I read it and I forgot. I don't know.
Now, does that affect the Earth?
It doesn't affect the Earth. No, it's
Or
just
it just comes out during that certain point?
It's most visible during the warmest times that we feel in the year, July, August.
That's really weird, though. I never looked up and thought one star brighter than the North Star.
I think the only thing that affects the Earth is the
Gravitational
moon.
pull.
The moon.
Well, that's...
That's where we
yeah,
get.
that's from our
That's
star
where we
gravity
get
and all
our
that shit.
high tide and low tide.
Yeah, that's weird shit. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
So people, the numbers are going up. That's awesome.
Yep.
Tell a friend, share it with a friend.
Right in.
Numbers keep on going up. We want that. As long as the numbers are going up, we'll stick around.
That's right.
Write in, tug it, podcast at gmail.com.
Appreciate you.
With your name, anything, where you're listening from, how you found us, anything. We're just interested. Might not talk about it on air, but we will read it.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
100%.
Later, fuckers.
Later.
You fancy dick.
Yeah.